In short, I love Matthew, free Palestine, and trans rights are human rights. Enjoy your main.
Now, just imagine it's your wedding day and you're up at the top table, right, as the groom. And your lovely wife decides, okay, in a break with tradition, and I know a lot of grooms are okay with this now, in a break with tradition, because, of course, lots of women do want to say something. The bride is going to speak. So you imagine she's going to get upright and maybe thank her parents or say how amazing the bridesmaid's been, or maybe what the groom has meant to her. Well, not in the new woke world. Look at this woman called Tara, who has now gone viral for the most insane wedding speech in history. I really mean it. You're not going to believe this. But then I saw her Instagram profile, right? And I thought, oh God, she's right from central casting. These people are truly unbearable. There you go. All of the boxes ticked, right? All of the flags, the she, her pronouns. Gal on the internet got you mad, lad. Embarrassing for you. Free Palestine. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. And all of this came crashing through in the worst wedding speech of all time, the wokest wedding speech of all time. Your jaw is going to hit the floor. Watch. If you're enjoying what we're doing here on Outspoken, please consider joining our thriving community over on Substack, www.outspoken.live. You can sign up completely for free, but Substack is so important to me. It is a free speech platform. It protects me from big tech cancellation. Plus, you get to communicate directly with me. Head on over www.outspoken.live, enter your email address, and sign up today.
Their demonization of trans people, our government and media is currently also complicit in a genocide. And I know some of you may think a wedding is not the time to think of this, but it frankly would not sit right with me to not take this opportunity when I have a platform to speak on this issue. Everyone should be able to have a day like today, and I don't mean with all this sort of thing. I mean a day surrounded by loved ones who wholeheartedly support us and our relationship with no judgment. We are in a relationship that is simultaneously celebrated by random strangers who find out we're engaged, but also is so mainstream that no one bats an eyelid if we were to walk down the street hand in hand. We are not ostracized by society for simply being who we are and loving who we love. Everyone should get to feel how that feels. Transgender people are being punished for simply being who they are, and we must speak up. We are losing hard-fought ground, and we simply cannot yield to hatred. Trans men are men, trans women are women, trans rights are fucking human rights. Alongside their demonization of trans people, our government and media is currently also complicit in a genocide. And I know some of you may think a wedding is not the time to think of this, but it frankly would not sit right with me to not take this opportunity when I have a platform to speak on this issue. The ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people is a horror that cannot be ignored. We cannot succumb to hatred. We have to email our MPs, we have to speak up, or we will be lost, all of us. All this love has to be good for something beyond our immediate surroundings. And then I was going to do a mic drop, and then I asked George, and George said the mics cost £5,000, so I'm not going to do that. In short, I love Matthew, free Palestine, and trans rights are human rights. Enjoy your main.
And at that point, Matthew is thinking, what the hell have I just done? Look at it. Look, you can see it in his eyes. He's like, what have I done? Philip Casale of the New Culture Forum, Senior Fellow, back with me. Whoa. But, I mean, this is something you look at a lot, right, Philip? Because this is the woke mind virus now seeping into every aspect of our culture. What does that wedding speech represent?
Oh, I mean, well, first of all, I mean, the guy, that speech hasn't come out of nowhere. He must have known that he was marrying a narcissist. I mean, a proper,
Yeah.
medical definition narcissist. And he's just kind of sat there meekly and quietly while she's saving the world. I mean, yes, this is a mind virus, but people are indoctrinated into this. So this is what she's actually doing there, Dan, is taking the everyday agenda of university, of A levels, of high school, everything that is just thrown at them all the time, and just reproducing it in her wedding speech.
But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance. Some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Now, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices so he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. He describes it as being almost like Photoshop for your face and says you may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the Age Rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. So in light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public. It is free, it is uninterrupted, and he will outline exactly how to use this simple solution from home. And he said if it helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, he will actually be thrilled knowing that he helped. The video's gone viral as you'd expect, started on Facebook, over 2.3 million views now. The comments and feedback have been outstanding too. Thousands of women report they look decades younger. One commented that it was the best result of anything they've used. They said, I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you. So you can find out more about this yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/outspoken, or if it's easier for you, you can just click on the link in the description box below this video. That's bhmd1.com/outspoken. There is one thing Dr. Lake asks from his viewers, though. He says, if watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show.
And it's probably not that weird to us looking at that, it's absolutely bizarre. Although it's not bizarre to me because I worked in the education system for 25 years. Okay. So if in the education system, if you're talking about drama, for example, you don't do any drama. You just talk about Palestine and trans. If you're studying history, you just talk about Palestine and trans and BLM and all of that kind of thing. So all of this stuff infects everything. But it was really interesting to look at her, wasn't it? Because she was there, she was performing, and her face when she got her little bits of rounds of applause and whoops, and she was doing a little F and blind and all of that kind of thing. That was the most important thing to her, that little dopamine shot. The wedding, nah, who cares about the wedding? It's the social media potential that's there. That's the most important thing. And that's the thing that we've produced as a society. We've produced these ghastly little monsters who are massively privileged, really wealthy there. What, £5,000 microphone? Crikey. That's what we've done. That's what we've done to ourselves. There's a hell of a lot of undoing we've got to do.
Well, it was interesting the other day, Philip, that May Mailman, who is one of Stephen Miller's sort of key lieutenants in the world of MAGA within the Trump White House, described this sort of desperate desire amongst that generation for victimhood, right? Even though they are so clearly not victims in any way. She described it as Meghan Markle syndrome. And I think there's something to that, right?
Yeah, as well, I think it's a desperate desire to mean something, to be something, to have an existence that is just not absolutely meaningless, because they can't they can't latch on to anything. They've got no struggle, okay, because they're massively privileged. They can't invest in anything because they hate their country. They're not interested in that. They're not interested in anything else other than themselves. So that self is projected onto these similarly narcissistic causes. So the Palestine one is the obvious one, but so is the trans one. I can't think of anything more psychotic and narcissistic than trans activism. And so it's this kind of thing of desperately wanting worth. It's not just about virtue, it's also about worth, but it's tied in with this poisonous narcissism. So yes, I definitely get the Meghan Markle thing there. And you know what? I just feel sorry for that poor guy. Imagine being married to that.
How long is it going to last, Philip? How long do we give that? Because with all the will in the world, even if you're politically aligned, being married to someone who is a perpetual victim. I mean, look at it in Harry's face, for example. Like, there's a misery that comes with surrounding yourself by someone like that, right?
Well, these people just drain all the life, all the energy out of any situation whatsoever. But I was just looking at that guy, and yes, he looked like he was beaten already. By the time of the wedding speech, and she's making the wedding speech, he's beaten already. But that says something about a lot of our men in this country. You know, when I look to people who were on the protests and standing up against these pro-Palestine, pro-trans leftist nutters, the people who were on those marches saying something and doing something, I'm so proud of them. But there are so many guys here who've had, and it's not necessarily their fault. They've been told all their lives that they're poisonous, that their masculinity is terrible, that the color of their skin is just dreadful, and it makes them into timid little husks of people, you know. And what I want guys to do is, and I talk to lots of people, people get in touch with me, and after 25 years of teaching, I say, look, stand up against all of this stuff. Be proud of your masculinity. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your white skin, and don't let these psychotic, absolutely psychotic, uber liberal women walk all over you, because that woman doesn't love her husband. She's got no interest in her husband. It wasn't about her husband. It was about her. But all her husband does is just sit there meekly, accept it, and think, well, this is my lot.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.